Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1837, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Which sibling duo became Warner Bros. Records' first major recording success? The Everly Brothers? What whole number comes immediately before the decimal point in the number pi? Pi corresponde isi iujo. 3. In which Italian city does the football club Atalanta play its home matches? Bergamo. Which 1993 stop-motion animated film produced by Tim Burton follows a resident of Halloween Town who discovers and becomes fascinated with Christmas? The Nightmare Before Christmas. What name is given to the semi-autonomous peasant soldiers famed for their military skill and distinct culture in Ukraine and southern Russia? Cossacks. What invention did Norwegian engineer Erik Rotheim patent in 1926 that is now commonly used for products like spray paint and deodorant? The aerosol spray can. What is the term for a hairpiece used to cover baldness that comes from the French for tuft of hair? Toupee. Which of the 7 deadly sins is commonly symbolized by an animal known for its slow movements and for hanging upside down in trees? Sloth. Which iconic American folk song, written by Woody Guthrie, celebrates the beauty and diversity of the United States while also addressing themes of equality and belonging? This Land is Your Land. What does a pteridologist study? Ferns. Which iconic rock band is known for its tongue and lips logo? The Rolling Stones. Who composed the operas La Cenerentola and The Barber of Seville? Gioacchino Rossini. Which Southeast Asian country was known as Burma until its official name change in 1989? Myanmar. Which inhabited town is the northernmost in Europe? Longyearbyen, Svalbard, Norway. Which historic mountain pass between Pakistan and Afghanistan has served for centuries as a crucial trade route and military corridor? Khyber Pass. Which legendary blues guitarist is famously associated with a guitar named Lucille? B.B. King. What green pigment absorbs light during photosynthesis? Chlorophyll. Which former professional wrestler turned actor appeared in both Predator and The Running Man? Jesse Ventura. What were the names of Michael Jackson's parents? Answer: Joseph Walter Joe Jackson and Catherine Esther Jackson. What is a small sample of cloth or wallpaper called? Answer: swatch. Who portrayed Private Detective John Shaft in the 1970s TV series Shaft? Richard Roundtree. Which iconic musician portrayed an alien in the 1976 film The Man Who Fell to Earth? David Bowie. Which 2005 science fiction film, directed by Joss Whedon, was based on his short-lived TV series that was canceled after only 11 episodes aired? Serenity. What was the title of the Rolling Stones' debut studio album, released in 1964? The Rolling Stones. In Scrabble, how many points is the letter F worth? 4 points. In Greek mythology, which multi-headed monster did Heracles slay as his second labor? The Lernaean Hydra. What phenomenon allows certain organisms like fireflies and deep-sea creatures to emit light through biochemical reactions? Bioluminescence. What is the penultimate book of the New Testament? Jude. In Jewish tradition, what substance is commonly associated with mourning and repentance, often paired with sackcloth? Ashes. The prime meridian, the Greenwich meridian, reaches the Mediterranean coast of which African country? Algeria. Which composer wrote the operas Eugene Onegin and The Queen of Spades? Answer: Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. Which planet in the solar system is the hottest? Venus. In Bram Stoker's novel, who is the arch-enemy of Count Dracula? Professor Abraham Van Helsing. What common name for the element mercury is often used to refer to its liquid metallic form? Quicksilver. Which U.S. state is home to the Major League Baseball team known as the Orioles and has the Baltimore Oriole as its state bird? Maryland. What French word is commonly used to refer to the main group of cyclists in a road race? Peloton. Which American inventor held 1,093 U.S. patents? Thomas Edison. Which artist released the 1983 album She's So Unusual, which included the hit Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Cyndi Lauper. Which U.S. senator became infamous in the 1950s for his aggressive campaign against alleged communists, leading to a period of heightened political paranoia? Joseph McCarthy. What is the smallest true monkey? Pygmy marmoset. To which plant genus do sweet william and carnations belong? Dianthus. What is the term for the Jewish coming-of-age ceremony for boys turning 13? Bar mitzvah. Which iconic band was famously rejected by Decca Records in 1962, a decision that would become one of the biggest blunders in music history? The Beatles. From which famous playwright did William Faulkner borrow the title of his novel, The Sound and the Fury? William Shakespeare. In Greek mythology, what is the name of the realm ruled by Hades where souls go after death? The underworld. In which 1983 film does Al Pacino play a Cuban immigrant who rises to power in Miami's drug trade? Scarface. On which mountain is Noah's Ark traditionally believed to have come to rest? Mount Ararat. What class of sweeteners do sorbitol, dulcitol, and xylitol belong to? Sugar alcohols, polyols. What card game is played by two teams of two with a 52-card deck, where all cards are dealt except the last, which is turned up for trumps, and each trick won above 6 scores 1 point toward a 7-point game? Whist. Which instrument was Charlie Christian best known for playing? Electric guitar. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.